But there's something special about Australia in just how like depraved and screwed up it is, where the rich people are on the beach frolicking about like, you know, they got no problems, nothing to worry about. And the poor people are like, yo, why can't I leave my house? Yeah, that's because you live in, you know, a country where, well, I'm going to say this, because the people need to stand up and protest. They need to speak up and speak out and say no to this stuff. Some of it works. Apparently, Australia is now going to get rid of their zero COVID policy, which made no sense. But we're going to get into all this stuff. And I got to tell you, this cybercrime thing is above and beyond insane. So joining us, we have a couple of awesome people. One person apparently from Australia.
Apparently.
Are you from Sydney?
You know what? If I was, I would actually give you permission to bully me. Then it would be okay.
But you're not from Sydney.
No, I'm from the Communist Republic of Victoria.
Oh, okay.
Which is the extra bad bit right now.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Well, that'll be interesting to talk to you about it. So I don't know. You guys want to introduce yourself? We got Elijah, too. He's chilling.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. You were like, oh, yeah, no, I'm not from Sydney. And you're like, I'm actually from the worst part.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, no, I'm not from L.A. What the heck? I'm from San Francisco. It's like, you're not really helping yourself there. But
I know I have to lean into it a little bit because I'm like, yeah, look, Australia's pretty jacked right now, but I am from the worst bit. That's the badge of honor that I have. Yeah. I'm from the worst part.
Well, because if the audience doesn't know, my wife is Australian. I lived in and out of there for a couple of years. My family's all still stuck there. They are slaves. It went from like prison colony to free to prison colony again. And apparently, though, at least her family, a lot of them are still in like Queensland and stuff. So they still have a little bit of freedom. Queensland is the last state that hasn't gone totally off its rockers, although they are building a concentration camp in Queensland still, and they're calling it beautiful and a step in the right direction and a way to bring in foreign nationals. Nothing says welcome to my country like locking you in a camp for 2 weeks.
They're building a couple, aren't they? Like they got one in Brisbane. How does that pronounce it? Brisbane?
Brisbane.
Brisbane?
Brisbane.
Brisbane.
Also known as Brizzy. Brizzy's
Nice.
the... Yeah.
Just lie to him. Be like, Brizzo.
What a terrible country.
You know what? It's not. It's like,
terrible.
I see.
No, hold on. No, you don't get to say. You got spiders that'll kill you. Kangaroos. I saw a video of this kangaroo and it looked like The Rock.
Yeah,
like,
they're jacked.
They're jacked, and it was like, I'm gonna kill you.
They have these like creepy little hands, right? And they're sort of like little T-Rexes, and they kind of do this. It's the creepiest thing you've ever seen.
And they've got like, they have like a huge claw, and they'll like gut you.
Have you seen them fight? Have you seen Bruce fight?
And they put their heads back. And
yeah, because they're doing their creepy little like hand thing. It's super creepy.
Australia is a crazy.
When we were
place.
driving here, Elijah's going, look at all these spider webs in the trees. Is this not this crazy thing? And I'm like, maybe I don't notice because I'm acclimated to the fact that there's so many spiders and insects and things that are ginormous that I don't even notice anymore.
If this world is some kind of MMORPG, Australia is like the final continent.
Yeah, it's level 50 content.
Yeah, it's like top level. It's like all the monsters are super big and the spiders are as big as your face.
But they're used to it. And here's the crazy thing is they act like it's normal.
Normal.
No, they act like this is why you guys are crazy. This is why you guys accepted the lockdowns. I swear. Because I went to this beautiful bay, okay? We don't have this kind of stuff in America where you can go out maybe 60, 70, 80 feet and it's only 2 to 3 feet of water in the ocean. It's white sand beaches and I'm like ready to go in the water and my wife's just like, hold up for a second. Make sure that you just realize that there are like kind of like shocking eels here. And also, just a small note. If you see a beautiful shell, don't pick it up because there's these like spike things and the Chinese people always pick them up and then they stab you and then you die. So just like be alert for your feet when you're walking. And I said, oh, a little tidbit, you might die. Enjoy your vacation.
Yeah, I mean, don't go in the ocean. There's irriganji. They're these tiny little jellyfish. And if you get stung by one, you're probably going to, your system will shut down. You won't be able to breathe. You'll die.
But it's
Enjoy
beautiful.
that.
Dude, that's legit.
It's
legit the high level area.
Why Australia? Why?
It's like that article that said when the guy died from COVID and it was like it could have been worse, right? It's like you look at this, you go, it's beautiful, and it's basically a beautiful death sentence. You go there, and if you don't die from the government lockdown, you walk outside and you're like fresh air, and then the fresh air kills you.
Yeah, this
it reminds me of Northrend. In World of Warcraft, where like around the time when Wrath of the Lich King came out, for those that are familiar with the video games, and it's just like this like continent of undead demons and this the Lich King, and then you have zombies and just like, so you've got the government, which is like, man, it's just we could make a video game in Australia would be an excellent final level.
Did the British put the monsters there when they put the prisoners there to like guard them and challenge them?
That would be anyway, we should get to the intro.
Yeah.
Ian is sitting here.
Ian Crossland, what up?
And Lydia is sitting
I'm
here.
also in the corner laughing at these stories. I'm really glad that Sydney survived her childhood in Australia to join us.
Yes, this is true.
I'm pretty impressed.
I only had to fight one kangaroo, and it was totally fine.
Did you
won.
really fight a kangaroo?
Did you want?
I like that. That's mildly believable though.
It is.
Yeah.
I saw a video of a guy punch a kangaroo because it was trying to get his dog.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was actually arrested after that, or he'd been fined for something for like
punching a kangaroo?
hurting wildlife or some.
But you
such.
can hit them in the road.
Kangaroos look like people.
You can hit them in the road.
People